That's a good question. There it's very much kind of multifaceted in terms of user experience. It's about balancing the needs and the value of different features to different personas. These Jamstack websites are inherently, as you had mentioned, it's a movement which is developer led. You know, typically you will not have an end customer or a marketer in a company wake up and like, we need a Jamstack website. They'll talk in terms of, oh, we need a faster website. I need to be able to publish things, really, really quickly. I need an easy way to manage 1,000 websites, and so forth and so forth. And so the developers are the ones who are going to wake up and say, you know what, we want to use the Jamstack, and it's exactly about recognizing that these websites are owned and managed by developers, and that the bigger the company, the more technical the company, the more opinionated will those developers be. And it's about how do we create an experience which is extremely accommodating to non-technical people who actually do the work in a company, right? And so, like, literally, it's a marketing, right? Developer built the blog, and now marketing needs to churn or crank content into that blog. How do we create a bridge for these two personas where the developer, who again took the decision to build a Jamstack website for technical reasons, and for benefits that accrue to the developer, how do they create a path for marketing to come and participate in this new way of building websites? Because today it's either, hey, marketing, you got to learn Markdown, and start working on GitHub, or it's, we're going to set you up with a headless CMS, and you're going to be able to type up your blog posts there, but how do you actually execute the publishing workflow? How do you see your changes before they go public? How do you edit something that you can't really find how to edit? And so that the disconnect that headless CMSs bring between content and how it's visualized makes sense in a content-centric world. But if you're in a website-centric world, it's very important to have a visual editing experience. It's something that is really an order of magnitudes more intuitive to people. Um, and so from a developer perspective, how do we create, like, what product can I put on top of my Jamstack website that's going to create an interface that is convenient and familiar for my marketers to use on a daily basis, but that works with how I think about the developer-led kind of way for this website to work, right? I want my marketer to hit publish, but I actually want that to create a pull request for me in GitHub. That's the bridge, right? I want my marketer to hit new, like a new version of the website because they're going to add a blog post or something. I want that to create a branch, right? I want to be able to define these things. I want to be able to create a place for my marketer to come in and do their work, to empower them to be as self-serve as they can. But I kind of want to know that they're not going to be able to break my entire website. I want to decide if I want to, if we empower them to go and publish by themselves. And I want everything to map into this Git-based workflow, which, like, we've adopted for everything, including for the website. And so that's a lot of where Stackbit exists. And I think that once you facilitate that, um, we see that, like, whenever there's whenever that happens, the developer is like, oh, okay, we started with the blog, but like we want to use this for the homepage now, because like the marketers want to edit the homepage all the time, and they have to go through us, right? And so this is just like, what does the adoption curve look like within an organization? And once you introduce this bridge and this tool, it just simplifies, and it creates a very healthy contract between engineering and, let's just use marketing, as a general term for people editing the websites, because it's most common in larger companies and even smaller companies. It just creates a very healthy contract that is codified, and is codified through the Git workflow and productized by Stackbit, basically.